Good morning, good morning. It is day 262 of From Here to Jerusalem. Walking from West Cork to Jerusalem with a harp on your back. Oh, and Jerry the stick, of course. He has to come as well. So, Serbian Christmas is over. The sun is coming up. And I have a choice of 13 or 25 kilometers. Since the sun is coming up, I'm going to go try and do 25. I'll see how I get on. I fixed the bands on my back, on my pack for as well as I can. But I'm not sure it'll hold. Right. I have water, I have dried fruit, I have some leftover burek. There's the moon still there. I need to go that way through the fields. It's been a crazy few days. The guys where I was sleeping, they're still partying. Literally, it's 7:30 in the morning. It's nearly 8. They went all night, all night, because it's Christmas. So they're having a party, and parties here are parties. So Serbia and myself were getting on. Very passionate people, very turbulent history, but people stop. They offer you lifts. On Christmas Eve, I wished these two men that they have these twigs, the dead oak leaves, and they put them everywhere, and that is an indication of Christmas. And they came back and they went here. They gave me dried fruit. Then I'm walking through the next town, Fukovo. That was a strange experience. They were already partying, very loud music, drinking. I'm trying to find a bakery. So I'm looking at my map, and I look up, and there's a young man who comes by and he goes, "Here for you." And he hands me a bottle of Pepsi Coke and a bottle of water. And I go, "For what?" "Oh, Christmas," he goes. "Okay, thank you." So then I look up again, because I can't find it. "Oh, good morning, doggos." Here they are. Good morning. You're so loud. Yeah. And, oh, this is actually quite nice. The chorus. And I say, and this guy, he goes what do you want? I said, "Is there an ATM anywhere?" "A bank?" "No," he says, "in the next town." "Do you want sex?" This old toothless man. I'm thinking, what? So I said, what? And he says again, "Yeah, sex." I said, "No, go away, what are you on about? It's Christmas, go home. Go to your wife or something." So it's really double. So it's frosty this morning. A bit misty. Sun coming up. This is my road. Ahead of me, there is a nature reserve. So yeah, that, and it made me feel really, really uncomfortable, because all of a sudden I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, he's not seeing. There's certain things that are lost on this man, on the pack that I'm carrying. Obviously, now thinking back, he must have thought, "Oh, she needs money." But I mean, that's a weird reaction. Anyway, I found the bakery. And in Karafukovo, the old Catholic church, literally after the last, it was built in a Baroque style, and basically it's being used as a toilet. Like they put graffiti all inside on the outside of it, and it's the public toilet on the main square. It's so there's really edgy things here, and really good things. Now for 2 nights I've been in this B&B. They've been cooking for me. Food was mainly, there was a lot of noise coming out of the kitchen, but basically it was deep fried meat and chopped onion and chips. Crispy chips. That would be nice. It's a winter wonderland, like. Doesn't feel that cold though. There's a bit of frost. There's one car going there. Oh, hello, Shadow, my best friend. And people speak English, and if they speak English or German, they'll talk to you. They'll come over for a chat. So I just have the feeling that I have to kind of keep an eye on how the conversations turn, and there are certain topics that they're hard. If I stick to the pilgrimage and traveling thing, I'll be fine. Yesterday, I'm sitting nursing a hangover because I came in to this pub, and they went like, "Yeah, no, most likely everything is closed tomorrow." I go, okay. I have a beer. I get chatting to a few people, and like there's more beer. And before I know it, like I've got a good bit of beer in me. And a bit of a hangover yesterday. And of course nothing to nurse it with. There was one little pub in town where I could get some coffee, and that was it. The rest of the town was closed, apart from the Chinese clothing store. And I'm there. I go back to the place where I was staying. They had opened up because they had had a party till 7 or 8 in the morning. And I had a coffee there, did a bit of work, fixed my back, came down again, drank some juice, drank some water. And this old guy comes in with another guy, and he's having a coffee, and they're talking away, and this girl is phoning. And I'm thinking, is she phoning him a taxi or no? But they're not answering, and she's showing him the phone and going like, "Arr!" And I'm thinking, okay. The other guy he came in with, he comes back, he picks him up, they walk out of the door, and I said, "The taxi's not working here, is it because of Christmas? Like, were you trying to fund taxi?" And she goes, no, he's a guy from this town, and he's in prison, but they let him out, for feast days and festivals and things like that. He's been in jail for a while, but he's a good man." I go, okay. And then she says, well, it's wrong. He shouldn't be in jail because he was in the army, and the state convicted him for being in the army. I said, "Oh, okay. That's kind of odd." She goes, "Well, you remember, like, I don't know if you know about this, but we had a war here." And I'm thinking, do I know about this? Yeah, of course I know about this. In Holland, I stayed in Doorn with a lady who still has severe PTSD from having been here in Bosnia during the war. And she told me her stories, and they were pretty daunting. Like, she met Milosevic, and it wasn't a nice meeting, and she goes, "Well, he fought in the war." And I'm going, "Oh, okay." And she says, "Yeah," and they're googling Google Translate, and they show me the words. She says he was convicted of war crimes, and I'm thinking, okay then, war crimes. I know what that can mean. It can mean different things. But, you know, you must have done some pretty nasty stuff. Where there are rules to war. He obviously didn't stick to them. And she said, oh, the rules in war, they must be wrong because this man fought for his country. Good point, right? He did fight for his country. But somewhere along the line, his country or himself made decisions or followed orders that weren't right. It's really hard because if you're a soldier, you have to follow orders. It's not your call. So we agreed that, you know, war is really always for the people in charge. That normal people always suffer, from the soldiers to the civilians. You know, this is like, we can say this is a fact. So, I mean, it's not every day, like, it's not every day that I get to sit in a pub with somebody who's been convicted of war crimes. You know, and he was asking me, where was I from? And what was I doing? Why did I speak English? And okay then. So that was my story for yesterday. But like, it goes hand in hand with stories of very real generosity and you know, real kindness. But they're wild. They're definitely wild out here, like. In the morning, it is beautiful. So I've got about 13 kilometers of, now the path is still good, but it'll go into the woods there, down there. There's the line that you see there. And it'll become a muddy track again. And I want to do the 25. Here it's already, you know, wet and gunky. I want to do the 25 because tomorrow it's going to rain. And I still have 40 kilometers to Novi Sad if I make it to Backa Palanka today. If I don't make it to Backa Palanka today, then I have to do another really wet day on small tracks tomorrow. Given that it was strawberry beds. Given that it was strawberry beds. Christmas and that they party the way they do. I wouldn't trust any car on any road at this moment in time. So, on that note, I'm going to go do some walking because I'm out of breath from talking. There's more stories, but I'll tell you later. Bye bye bye. Just met another fence here behind me. This definitely is the road through the nature reserve. So I've decided to ignore the fence, to just go on about 4 kilometers down the road. There is an actual road. I'm going to make my way there like, yeah, sorry, maybe I shouldn't be here, but there is no other road for pedestrians. What can I say? There's definitely some wildlife here, which has been sparse so far in the fields. Oh, see what happens. So, in Mlanovo, I had coffee. I met a young hunter who spoke very American English, an engineering student. And I think this is the road I need to be on. It's going to bring me straight through the fields, 15 kilometers to Backa Palanka. Mlanovo is like the other towns that I've seen. The German churches, they just sit there, empty. Nobody looks after them. And then there is a new Orthodox church. It's very beautiful here. Coffee was good. I have eaten a little bit of the leftover. And I don't know how this is going to go, how this road is going to go. Look, it doesn't look very promising, but it should get me there. So I'm just going to plod on. It's 15 kilometers. I had a good rest. I have some energy in my system. I should be okay. Wish me luck. To my right, there we have another bit of disputed land. So it could be either Serbian or Croatian. And there is Serbia. The Duna, somewhere there. I'll be turning left here. There'll be a split in the road. I'll be heading left. Road, actually, it was a bit muddy there before. But as you can see, it's not too bad. And then I've got about 13 kilometers through a bit more mud and greenery. Not bad. I can do this. Yeah, all the bits of disputed land, they came into being after the Second World War. And, you know, obviously under Tito, this was never resolved because it became Yugoslavia. But now, after the war in the 90s, all of this is back on the table. Now, they're not really talking about it because the bits are unequal. So there are some bits that the Serbians don't want. There's bits that the Croatians don't want, because if they say they want them, then they forfeit the bigger parts. Makes sense, right? So for now, they're not doing anything with it. Which means that the theory of Vít, who is actually from the Czech Republic, is null and void, because it is disputed land, not terra nullius. Okay, now, fence indicates we don't know who owns it. Let me get to Backa Palanka. So I understand now why people stay in Mlanovo. It is because if you take the Eurovelo 6, it is 20 something kilometers, 21 kilometers along the Duna. But I'm not along the Duna. I have gone another way, which is 15 kilometers. I'm cutting off 5, but it means you got a chance of muck. It's been dry for the past few days, so I'm lucky. Most of the muck is like, you can just about stand on it and not, not sink in. So if I have enough energy, I'll have had a good day. Let me go do this. I once loved a man, and I loved him so well, but I hated all others who spoke my love, to the church go. With his maids and his groomsmen he made a fine show, and I followed on with my heart full of woe, and he is now wed to another. Then I saw my love sit down to dine, and I sat right beside him and poured him his wine, and I drank to the man who could have been mine, but he is now wed to another. The boys in the forest, they asked it of me. How many strawberries grow in the salt sea? And I answered them back with a tear in my eye. How many ships sail